out waiting in the darkness. We got all our gears set up. We got the laser lights going. And I know you guys can't see it, but you'll see it soon enough, hopefully. Anyways.
Bounce it off her shirt.
Yeah, there we go. This laser show.
Well, my first, I'll tell you the story. The first time I ever had mine speak out to me, we got the other house where we used to live. We were cutting down, always cutting up wood. Well, one day I felt lazy and didn't feel like putting the wood in the truck, so I went back the next morning. Well, that night, my daughter comes in with the information from the neighbor that they had trail cams out and there was cougars in a trail cam. So,
oh boy,
naturally, I decided I better start carrying my 9mm.
Yeah.
Well, I get out there at the wood next morning, and I'm chucking the wood into the truck, and all of a sudden, Sal says to Sal, "Why do you carrying that gun?" And Sal says to Sal, "Well, you dummy, the doggone cougars." And this is where the road changed. It said, "We do not allow them here because they'll kill our young." I didn't say that. That wasn't Sal talking to me. That was them talking to me.
Mm.
That's the first time I ever knew what that was. And from then on, it's been a going thing. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting in the middle of my living room at home, and the mind speaking to come up to the gifting spot. You know what I'm talking about, with the portal. They'll ask me to come up there. One day, it's bugging me and bugging me and bugging me, and I mean, I'm relentless. So I decided, okay, so I told the wife, okay, they're bugging me, I'm going to go up there. I go up there, and you know what they wanted me to do? They wanted me to pick up garbage that somebody left. Listen, I'm not joking here. Because the people, it was in their stuff.
Right.
And so I picked up the garbage. I even videoed that. I was kind of disgusted. You guys brought me all the way up here for this? But yeah, it's a thing. And if you have these feelings that don't belong to you, you probably are being mind spoke to. These thoughts that don't feel like they belong to you. I'm sure she gets them a lot because women are really more intuitive than us guys. Like we're focused on one thing. They know, don't you?
Yes, sir. Sure do. I know it's time to go. It's time to go.
Time to warm your hands, just like warm your hands too.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, that first time I had that happen. Well, I didn't know what it was, right? But like I said, it was telling me not to come back down to this area, and I was told for 3 nights in a row in my head, and super tired, didn't get no sleep. It just kept it echoing. And I thought it was, anxieties and so on and so forth. This before I even really knew what mind speak was. But anyways, I wasn't sure what it was, but I was like, man, this really sucks because I had to work and I wasn't getting much sleep. And like I said, well, we went down this area again. Regardless, like I said, I thought it was anxieties, and we went back down, and I flew my drone and landed it. The whole time we've been uneasy. 2 times we've gone down there, and not soon right after I landed my drone, I started hearing rock clacks. I mean, just loud rock clacks continuously, and right there was enough for me. And it's like, okay, it's time to. I think we upset somebody. And
with the drone with it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, because there was nothing, and all of a sudden we started getting rock clack like crazy, and so we're like, we're bailing out of here. We packed up our stuff and kind of tucked our tails and and got out of there. And we haven't been back to that area yet. Again, I mean, just for that reason, we probably will be dumb enough to go back down there again. But there's a lot of area there to explore.
Well, it's not being dumb. It's being how can I say it? Excited enough that you want to go back.
Well, I'm curious, right?
Yeah,
curiosity, but
exciting.
You know what happened to the cat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
the satisfaction brought him back.
So, you got to be mindful sometimes of the areas you're going into, and we.
The one thing you need to do for me, like when I came in there the first time. I didn't do this, and it reminded me now. You have to come in and you have to ask them if you can come in. I mean, you have to actually try to have a conversation with them, I guess. I didn't do that here, and that cost me, I think, a lot. I didn't select myself. I didn't come in here and do that. They didn't like it. They ran me off.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
have permission to come in.
Yeah. I mean, this is just something that, like you didn't smudge yourself today, but usually I would smudge myself just so that you can actually, they can see you are trying to cleanse yourself as much as you can possibly can to come into the living room. It's maybe a native thing, but this has been around since they have our native customers.
Yeah.
So that's something that well, you've seen us do that on that one video that we had. Just what we do.
Yeah. Hey, so all you people leaving comments, we appreciate it. Um, the cameras are here just around in this circle. We don't have nothing going on in the woods, so we're doing a little bit a different approach where we're going to sit here, maybe drum up some noise and see if we can invite something to come in. Jackson here has had some experiences here that left him leaving, so we're going to find out tonight maybe if we can get something similar. I've heard, what I think is Squatch is singing in this area, so hopefully we'll be able to hear that here later on tonight.
It's the growl that got me.
Yeah, the growls, yeah. So we're just kind of holding on and waiting and seeing what happens. So everything's set up pretty good. So we got some lights out here we'll throw up later. I do have a video cameras, a couple of video cameras going right now. One of them's got infrared, so we'll turn that on later, but I'll probably lose the live, more than likely. So I'm just waiting for darkness. Hope you guys are doing well out there. But it is beautiful out here tonight.
Very beautiful. Very peaceful.
I mean, you can really tell it's starting to turn fall though by the way it feels here.
Oh, definitely.
Very quiet. Very quiet in the woods.
It's spooky quiet.
Yeah, no walking in here at night because all this growth here is way above our heads, and you go in and I doubt you'd find your way out. That's how thick it is.
I can start to see the mazes on
On the green.
Walk over here and show you guys how thick this stuff is. Hopefully I don't lose you. But this is how this thick this forest is right here. So like I said, if you're 12 foot, 10 foot tall, I might be able to see the top of your head, but apparently they like all this cover. So I apologize if I don't answer right back. I've never done live before, so I'm kind of learning as I go. So if I don't answer back and say hi, well, that's my fault because I'm trying to hold this camera here and walk at the same time, and I'm just not that talented.
There's a significance to this. What the significance of that is that, yeah, that's pretty easy to hold. Yeah, that's a different one.
I just can't figure out why there's one different one in that vision I had. Remember,
Yeah.
I said all the other four looked the same, but their furs were just a different color. One, a couple of them were the cinnamon color fur, and then one was a little darker brown. And the big guy that I call the big guy, he was kind of more of like a silverish kind of gray, but a little bit of tan. But then that one with the round head almost looked like with the short black hair, dark eyes. But remember, they all had the red, but no aggression on their face. But it was weird because he looked almost like I don't know how to explain it. Kind of like one of those, I want to say like a caveman type, but it was weird because his eyes were like wide, like he was surprised that I saw his face. Put it that way, but he was pasty white.
That's a trip.
Pasty, his face was as white as
That is
the on the sticker there. It was pasty white.
moly.
Mhm. But just his hair was black and just short hair like this. His eyes were just like wide, like, oh, she can see me. And then it went to the other three different ones.
You know what's surprising about that is that when you have a vision like that or something that, and if somebody can tell you that much detail, you know how when you have a dream, a lot of people can't give you a lot of detail. It kind of a little fuzzy, but when you can give as much detail as she gives you for what she's seen, I mean, that's remarkable as far as I'm concerned.
Well, it's another fact that if you don't write something down, like this when I showed you that when I wrote down when I had my first experience,
Yeah.
if you don't write it down, your memory doesn't sure be right. Your
Yeah.
brain tells you lies or it trips you up somehow. It doesn't tell you like it was when you first saw it.
Right. And that was you came with the face to face.
Oh, that was when I pooped my pants.
Yeah.
That was a scary one.
And how close? I mean,
I
were
was
you?
probably from here to, well, I would say between the light and the back there. Somewhere in, I was probably,
Well, that's about 20
he could
feet
have
now.
stepped up and swiped both of our heads off. Look at the long arms and that big paw he had. He
Yeah.
had fingers like chisels. I
Wow.
mean, this guy he wasn't, okay, this guy, you see all these things on YouTube that show these monsters with these big long finger fangs
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
That's not what they look like.
Yeah.
They got flat teeth just like us. And he wasn't showing his teeth, he was growling at us and he had this dribble coming down his cheek that ear,
Wow.
And he had the red eyes, but he was intimidating. Okay, the only thing that okay. Brother Brad's right here, I'm over here. He comes up over this log, and we hear him first. He comes up over this log, and then what I'm doing is, there's a story behind this rock, too. There's a rock there, right? Okay, Mr. Scientific here decides he's going to put that rock in that hole and see how much pressure's back out of there. So I go pick up the rock, and I'm standing there like this, and that's when it started its noise, and it came over a log that was big enough that they walked over it. Okay, I got to climb over it. They walked over that, and he looked at us. And Brad's standing there, I'm standing there with this rock, right? I'm frozen, I can't do anything. I'm stuck. I'm
Yeah.
stuck. And
Yeah.
he's looking at us. Okay, Brad goes, Brad, he takes off. You hear something?
Sound like a thump.
Brad took off to the left. Or, he left. Okay, so he watches Brad take off with his eyes. Okay, this is what I always forgot. When I was a kid, I always was taught. If you don't ever look them in the eyes, because they'll steal your soul. That's what the neighbors told us.
Right, right, yeah.
I, I'm standing there with that rock, and it's getting heavy, and I'm shocked, but it looked right at me, and that's when I pooped my drawers. It's because I got that rush that I've never had again,
Yeah.
and never will have. I pooped my drawers. I
Yeah.
just pooped. Next thing I know,
Was it it was a rush of fear or
fear.
yeah,
I mean, it was something that I never, I
yeah,
heard about it, but I never seen nothing like that. No.
yeah,
And it either smelt me or it knew we weren't a threat or whatever, but it didn't take its eyes off me, but it backed up over that log, and I went back over the log, and then when there was a tree there, then I could realize how monstrosity it was. I
yeah,
mean, this monster was big.
yeah,
Okay, here I am. Okay, it disappeared. Well, I dropped that rock, and I'm thinking to myself, what do I do now? Okay, so I waddled off. Of course, this is
yeah,
past
yeah,
time.
yeah,
And the whole time this is going on, I'm thinking, okay, where's Brad? Brad has the keys. It's his truck. He's got the keys. Okay. That was the weirdest part of the whole thing was I was cleaning my ass off. See, I had a set of swimming shorts underneath, so I took my swimming shorts off. I left them in the woods. I took them out, cleaned myself up best I could. And I had my head on a swivel, and I was thinking to myself, okay, they got him on a meat pole somewhere. He's going to get in a stone bowl somewhere, and one of these Sasquatch women's. I just thinking all kinds of things. I don't know.
yeah,
When I got to the point where I actually got a hold of myself, I guess you might say, and I'm still scared. I hadn't realized that I was lost. Kind of didn't. I knew what direction I had to go, but I had wandered along enough that I had
yeah,
to start checking to see where things were at.
yeah. But hold on for a second there, Jackson. That fear is absolutely real. I have felt it,
Ooh,
and it's just like he said. It's fear. I've been on this earth for 53 years, and I've never felt fear like I did that night on our night investigation in the Cascades. And I didn't visually see anything, but I tell you what, it's people made comments. It's like, well, I don't know why you don't hang around, and if you're in the dark and see what it is as well. I didn't have that option. My wife was, my wife was scared.
flight or flight.
Exactly. And all I could do was pack up everything, and both the wife were thinking the same thing. Let's get the heck out of here. So the fear is absolutely real. I've done a lot of stuff in my life, but that is fear I've never felt before ever.
Well,
And
come to find out,
yeah,
Brad took off. He pooped his pants too.
oh yeah, I wouldn't
Uh,
doubt it.
when I got back to the truck, he wasn't there. Well, I
Yeah,
got to the road and didn't know which way to go, so I went left, because I figured out where I was supposed to go, kind of. Got around the bend, there was a truck, but no Brad.
right.
That was a panic for me, because I didn't know. Got back up there by the truck, and that's when I heard stuff coming down the hillside, crashing and smashing. And that's when I panicked again, because whatever that was, I don't know who it was, but it could pick that truck up and pull me out from underneath of it. But I had no choice.
Yeah.
So I crawled underneath the truck. It turned out to be Brad.
So the comment here, you guys hunt for dog man also. So I never have. We've taken pictures and seen some weird stuff right through pictures, but I've never seen one I don't think I want to come across one, to be honest with you. I haven't heard very many good things about it, right? There's a mixed subject on that, whether friend or foe, or if they hang around with big. I've heard all kinds of stuff, but we don't, not that I'm aware of. If it does ever happen, it'll be by accident, for me anyways.
Actually, we don't hunt nothing.
Yeah,
He
well,
just
yeah.
comes
I mean,
around.
it's just the way
Yeah.
the question was posed. But yeah, not out hunting for nothing, like you said. We're just out investigating and trying to find some truth to all this. What's happening
I just wish
here?
I knew what's behind the visions that I have. Because remember my second one I had at home about 4 weeks ago? I
Yeah,
went to go to sleep. I laid down, closed my eyes, and I had the tunnel vision where the sides were all black. At the end was a round circle. And you looked, it was a clear cut with stumps, and the sky was blue. Stars were out, a few clouds going by. That's when that tall, skinny male Bigfoot walked out into the clearing. He had long arms, dark fur, and he sat down on the stump and he looked at me and he looked back and he looked at me again, and then I woke up and then I went to lay back down and it started again, but then I woke up and went back to sleep again and it stopped. But I don't know what these visions are. I don't know what they
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah, I don't know either. You know, you can say it's mind speak or I don't know. Like I said, I thought it was anxieties when I had mine. I still don't know. But guys out there, we've seen some weird stuff, some unexplained stuff, some audio stuff that shouldn't be happening in the forest at night. Um, so hopefully we'll still have some activity tonight. Yeah, it's creepy out here. I mean, just because how tall these little trees are getting, but it's also very beautiful over here as well. This whole area over here is just absolutely beautiful.
It's gorgeous. Absolutely
Yeah.
gorgeous.
So Rick, what do you think about all this?
You know, this is really my first time out, you know, like this, but we've gone up to Gordon Lake a couple times with you guys. But, you know, this is really intriguing to me, you know, and I
Yeah.
want to find out more, and I want to do more,
Yeah.
you know.
I know I've got a good feeling. I
Yeah.
got a good feeling for tonight.
No, no s'mores. We just brought fried chicken. Mr. Bigfoot Dwarf. We just brought fried chicken. That does sound good though, the s'mores. Maybe next time.
Mm-hmm.
I got trail mix.
That thing has definitely been walking right through there, too.
Oh yeah.
I've noticed how flat it is over there.
Yeah.
The ground, it's smashed down.
It wasn't that way when we first started coming here.
No,
Mm-mm.
I agree. Yeah, I couldn't imagine coming. I mean, that close, face to face. That's. Did you have any, you know, like nightmares out of that stuff or
Oh
what?
boy. One of those things that you cannot get out of your mind. Uh, when we were on the way home, we had very little. Okay, he comes down to the mountains. He goes, "Is that what the upper looks like?" And this is the first thing I said. You ran off, you son of-" you know. That's what I did. Anyway, we had now. I guess we were kind of a shock because we didn't talk a whole lot when we got home. But the wife was known us for a long time, and yeah, it was for a long time. She knew something was weird because first thing I did is I went into the bathroom. First thing he did is he had his camper behind the house. He goes into the camper. I come out of the bathroom and Brad's up there and he's got his towel and he's up there and the wife is questioning him. You know, what's going on? What's going on? And he says, well, you let Jack tell you. So she goes, Jackson, what was it? He goes in the bathroom. And I'm trying to explain to her. So I get to the part where I poop my pants and Brad comes out of the bathroom and he goes, well, what makes you think I didn't poop my pants? So that's when I found out he pooped his for us too. The wife, she goes, you guys. Well, it didn't kill us.
Yeah.
So that was the start of this whole program. That was what started this whole thing for us. And as you know, we got back together in September. Not September, I mean July. And we went back to the gorge. And we plan on doing it again. But I'm back with Brother Brad and we're doing stuff. So,
Yeah, that'd be exciting.
yeah, well, I wanted to come up and do this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
He's had those heart attacks and stuff, so he just kind of doesn't do a whole lot. But he's
yeah,
hanging out with us and doing what we're doing now.
yeah, yeah, that'd be good.
That'd be fun. Be nice to meet him.
Yeah. He looks like me, only old like me, you know. My wife used to call him Honey all the time.
See?
Yeah, this is I don't feel any weirdness yet at all.
Mm, yeah.
I turned that one there on, because it's going to start getting dark here.
Yeah.
Like, it's lickety split. I keep thinking I see leaves falling off, but it's that laser.
Did you not hear that? I just took a step. Okay. I'm not having my back to the bushes. Nope.
You're gonna go on the other side a few minutes, so
Yep.
they'll get him first.
Well,
Yep.
I'll move up here then.
I'm not having my back.
Put my piece right here, just in case.
Mine's on my side.
But you heard that, right, Jackson? You heard that, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we heard something that wife heard something sound like a step, I guess.
Yeah, it sounds like something.
So
Okay, I want to tell you this. It reminds me of the day that I took my stuff and ran off.
yeah,
They ran me out of it. That's what I heard. Was in the, cause you can't walk around back there.
No.
without making a noise.
no. So my wife moved her chair away from this whole back wall here. It's just a little uncomfortable having her back to that. I'll put my back to it.
You raise the hair on the back of your neck.
No, when I hear something, I don't like having my back towards whatever I hear the noise come from.
It's like always wanting to look at sit in a place where you can always see somebody coming in the door.
Heart's racing.
Your heart's racing?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's not good.
No.
There's some creepy things back in there somewhere.
No.
It's funny because this when Jackson left here early one night, I just heard something stomping around. Yeah. Feet stomping. We're starting to get some sounds coming out of these woods now. Don't know what it is, but I've set audio up here several times, and it seems like stuff gets rowdy till about 10, 11 o'clock, and it kind of dies down till about 3 in the morning. It seems to be somewhat of a pattern of activity. only heard it that one time. Heard twice.
I heard it take 2 steps. I heard it the first time, and Jackson heard it, and then I went back over there, and you were standing there, and I heard 2 steps.
Yeah, I heard the thump, 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 like feet stomping, but
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know what they could be. All right, guys. Well, I'm probably going to end this live now and wait till it actually gets dark, 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 and hopefully you guys will be able to see. So I'll start one back up again. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon.